just like that, they buy it. They eat it up. You pander to them, you thank them. I mean, really, people, I thought you were a little bit smarter than that. I mean, it's just so easy to say the name of the city. You cheer.
Hey, Stephanie,
you cheer. I mean, just come on.
Welcome to the A Show.
All right, welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcast. Myself, Justin, and Meelz. This is our 60th episode of the A Show. Can you believe
60?
It?
Yeah, I mean, we're here. I mean, it's 10 weeks after 50, so
yeah, crazy. That's just even crazier.
Listen, everything is going so wild. Everything is going on great. We're closing off the year very, very strong. We got a lot of activity going on the social media. We got a lot of, anticipation built for our year-end episodes. So I'm feeling really, really good about this.
Yeah, you guys should be seeing quite the asset that will hype the year-end episode very, very soon. We have a bunch of guests that we've already kind of started booking for this show, and it's going to be a 2-week affair. Meelz, I passed you the spreadsheet already. You got the spreadsheet.
Pass me that again. I meant to ask you.
I sent you this. I put a note in the document saying it's open.
I 100%. I know that for sure. But then we've had various conversations since then, and then it pushes up in the conversation, and then I can't find it.
All right. So the spreadsheet's there. Meelz is gonna fill out his spreadsheet. We're gonna
feel free to send it to me again.
I'm gonna send it to you again. And
all right,
you're gonna look over it. I already have some matches in there. I think I don't want to spoil anything, but
I'm watching a couple matches now.
Oh, awesome, great.
I need a New Japan primer though.
Again.
Yes, I saw them, but I didn't really see them. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
I saw them, but did I really see them? I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw Omega.
Okada. You saw Omega Okada. We talked about. I
definitely saw Omega Okada. So I definitely saw that. Jericho Omega as well. A couple more matches. Is there anything outside of that I should probably see? Is Evolve doing it big right now?
I watched very little Evolve this year. It's very hard. It's very hard.
It's hard to watch Evolve. Yeah, it's very hard. It's actually, that's probably the main thing going against it, is that it's not really easy to find those type of matches.
I watched a lot of PWG this year. So, and that's yet another thing that I can't really send you links for, because I was there. I went to the shows.
Honestly, Evolve should strike something, at least something on the network or something.
That could be happening. That really could be happening. Honestly, just with the NXT talent exchange and shit like that, that could be happening really soon.
I mean, I really, really hope so, because the few shows I've actually went to Evolve shows. They were really good. And then I'm looking at it, this WrestleMania weekend next year. I'm shut out of WrestleMania.
You're not shut out. We're going to make it work.
I'm thinking of just, hitting up Evolve and just, getting the brand out there, the A Show brand on Evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we're going to be in WrestleMania by hell or high water. Trust me. I mean, that is definitely good. I've watched a lot of European, UK wrestling, which is funny because the whole scene has now been exploded by WWE. But there's going to be some representation of that on my conversation of the year end. And again, thanks to everyone that supported the A Show, but thanks to everyone that supported Meelz' show, The Lookout. This week, we've done a huge campaign of giveaways that were centered around The Lookout. We've already had a winner for the Funimation, their online service. We had a winner for that, and now we're doing the Dragon Ball Fighters and the Season Pass contest, which has gotten a huge reaction. Thanks to Quan B24 himself for helping us with that.
Sponsoring it, all this other stuff. And then we have one more, which will be going on by the time you hear this podcast. It will be for the coveted Funko Pop.
Yes.
Vegeta. It's the golden Vegeta, coveted from, San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
Very rare things. So, just stay tuned. And then we're dropping, our, Lookout Capsule collection on Friday. All of this is really sort of building up to us just finally being able to release our merch.
Yes.
And you guys just having a piece of RNC within yourselves, something physical, something to just really handle. So if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I think you'll like the tees. Shout out to Jeff as well, who's modeling the tees as well. Shout out to just everyone who's been.
Hold on. Shout out to you, and I have to get really serious here. Meelz, you have worked so hard all of 2018, and you had this idea for the merch months ago. I want to say like August or July. You had this idea, and from start to finish, you've seen that you've been pretty much the project manager of this, and you've made it happen. And everyone needs to really give Meelz a shout out for all the work he's been able to do with this whole week. And I mean, I'm in awe. I got to tip my hat. Like, you are the fucking man, my man. This is your baby, and I'm super proud of you, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who's, retweeted and shared and at least supported in some sort of way. I just appreciate it. Make sure you just look out. It's going to be RNC Radio store. It's pretty much open for business. So who knows what we will have moving into 2019, but we're ending off 2018 with a bang.
And we're gonna have a lot. Let's just say that. Let's get into some quick things about just this weekend in general. It's a big weekend in wrestling. A lot of companies are having their final shows of the year before 2019. The first show I want to talk about is ROH's Final Battle 2018. Meelz, are you going to watch this show? I always have to ask this question because everyone loves when I ask this question.
So it's Friday night.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be able to watch it until
I'm not going to be able to watch it until the next day because, of course, Friday nights is exclusively for recording Two Belts. I still have some Christmas shopping to do, so I don't think I'm going to watch it. It would be great if Actually, would it be great if I went? I don't know.
It's at Hammerstein.
It's at Hammerstein. I mean, I could certainly do it. Is this the longest Ring of Honor show that they're going to produce? It's supposed to be 4 hours long.
Ooh, buddy. Yes. 4 hours, 9 matches. Even with 9 matches, it's still, still less matches than TLC, which we're going to get to in a second. I mean, the card itself, you got my man, Matt Taven on it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Matt
Taven, the God, is on it. That should be the main event, to be honest. You also have Jay Lethal and Cody for the ROH World Championship, which is, is it a foregone conclusion that he's out of here, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. You know what? It's Jay Lethal again, man. Come on.
It's like 3 years in a row, Jay Lethal.
Yeah, it's Jay Lethal again. That's what I'm most surprised about. He seems to be like, the way I think his career is going to go down, he's probably going to end up retiring on the independents. He's not old, but he's like seasoned, very, very seasoned.
Could you see? I was about to slip up and say the N-word. Could you see this dude in WWE?
I would say probably not a couple years ago. Now, I think it's a little bit more likely. But still, it's kind of like, I don't know if he has. Oh God, I sound like an asshole if I say this.
Nah, he don't got it. To me, he don't got it.
He don't got it. Yeah, to me, he don't got it. He don't got what would go on WWE. I'm sure 205 Live would benefit from having a player like Jay Lethal on the roster. Oh, he's 225.
Yes, right. Bruh. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
That's kind of what I think.
Jay Lethal's only like, I think he's in his early 30s.
He's 33, yeah. He's 33. I literally just looked it up. But he's been wrestling since 2001. So he'll be wrestling it's almost a 20-year veteran at this point. Beyond just his age, it's more so like the taxing, matches on his body at this point.
He doesn't do a lot of indies, though, from what I see. Like he mostly just stays in ROH, and he doesn't do like super intense matches for ROH, but it's like he's not like a death match guy, he's always been like a proficiently technical guy.
Sure.
And I look at just some of his older ROH stuff when I first saw him, and to where he is now. Like Jay Lethal was like a toothpick compared to what he is now.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, I always commend, you know, his workmanship. But to me, it's like, I don't see him in WWE, but then again, I don't see him in Impact anymore either. And then with ROH, it's like he's beaten everybody. He's done everything there is to do.
He's done literally everything. So I really don't know what really else is for him to do except kind of, you know, take a step back. But I mean, I'm sure
he's got to beat Cody here.
Yes.
Let's
hope so. Let's hope so. I mean, yeah, he probably will, but yeah, let's hope so.
You also have Bully Ray and Flip Gordon, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Jonathan Gresham, who's one of my guys to look out for. He had a really great match with Jay Lethal, 2 out of 3 falls match with Jay Lethal earlier this year. This has been a strong year for wrestling. If this had been any other year, like I think this would have at least cracked my top 10, but it's still a really good match. You have Jeff Cobb and Adam Page, another Elite member. You also have Ladder War 7 with pretty much the same dude you see in all of these ladder wars in every single year. SoCal Uncensored versus the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks. Gotta be a farewell to the Young Bucks for the Young Bucks in ROH as well.
I mean, yeah, at this point, oh God, it's like, you know, we had this discussion last week of where does ROH go, and it's just, you know, it looks like they're kind of setting up for the future. I hope so. I hope it's a good setup for the future.
I mean, when you look at who would leave realistically here, so you got Cody leaving, Adam Page would realistically probably maybe leave, and then you have the Bucks. So that's like 4 of their, you know, 4 of the guys that are in most of their storylines, and then you're left with Taven, Dalton Castle, or the shell of Dalton Castle with all these injuries, Jeff Cobb, who they just signed, and then you also have PCO, who's on his way in, and forgot the other guy that signed. Damn it, there was 2 guys that signed. It was PCO, and we just talked about them last.
Punishment?
No, Punishment's in NXT. How did I forget this? How did I forget this? I don't know. I'm crazy. Anyway, those guys are pretty much signed up for, you know, the foreseeable future, and I think that it's going to be really interesting where ROH goes. But as far as the show, looks solid. Can't complain. Looks solid. Yeah. We should mention that it is kind of like a huge deal, but on Spot Callers, me and Cyrus finally got the show that we will be watching on Spot Callers. I don't know if I should reveal it. No, I'm going to reveal it now. It's the 10-year anniversary of the 2008 Final Battle with the Bryan Danielson Takeshi Morishima main event, and we'll actually be watching that for the 10-year anniversary for Spot Callers this month. So
that sounds fantastic, my guy.
So take a look, take a listen to that. We'll be able to hear that a little bit later this month. But moving on, let's get right into WWE shit, shall we? WWE TLC is happening this Sunday. It has been a very strange build for this show, even though the card looks good to me. Yeah. Ratings have not been good. Ratings for SmackDown have gotten under 1 million viewers, and Raw.
Sorry, under 2 million viewers.
Under 2 million. I'm sorry, 2 million. And SmackDown is looking at Impact numbers lately. Where does WWE go from here? It's like this 2019 when Mania season starts. Are we going to start to see like these numbers rebound? Because right now they're really soft.
I see a Vince McMahon appearance in the future.
Oh boy.
I see Vince McMahon showing up. Like, God,
Which show?
Raw. Raw.
Yeah.
Raw is bleeding. SmackDown, you don't really. I mean, SmackDown, who would you kind of face? To me, I would love to see some sort of like Vince McMahon. I guess they want to build up the Seth Rollins thing, maybe something along those lines. This Baron Corbin sort of situation, have a sort of penultimate type of thing. Braun Strowman, touch and go. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but still touch and go for the weekend. So it's kind of, I usually in these type of situations, at least what history has told me for the past 10 years is that, we'll get no chance in the future.
But no chance by Monday. Hell.
Hell yeah. Practically, yeah, maybe.
I see Lars Sullivan and Vince McMahon showing up on Monday.
Oh, yeah. The freak. He's the freak.
The freak man. Yeah, that's me.
Lars Sullivan. Yeah, freak man. I love it.
Did you watch NXT tonight? I have not watched the show yet.
I did watch NXT. It was a pretty fun episode. I'll say that. It had a great opener between Bobby Fish and EC3, which I thought was fantastic. I love the interaction between superstars. I love that Undisputed Era made a proclamation that 2019 they will be dripping in gold. So that is the proclamation of Undisputed Era, that they will run NXT by this time next year and they'll be dripping in gold. We also got a very entertaining main event. Ricochet defended his North American Championship. He's going in 2019 as champion, and he defended it against Tyler Breeze.
Ding, ding. Very fun. Spoiler alert.
What are your thoughts on Tyler Breeze? I mean,
long overdue that they did this type of thing.
He's not really doing anything. I mean, they used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
They used to do it all the time back in like the pre-arrival, pre-network era where they would have WWE guys just come down each week. You'd see like John Cena, or you'd have that like CM Punk and Seth Rollins versus, was it Chris Hero and Cesaro?
Cesaro, yeah.
So they used to do it all the time. I thought this was a great, a great comeback for Breeze. The announcers put him over crazy. They say, listen, he kind of built NXT. This was probably his best performance in 3 years.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that.
And then after that, I watched his match. I tweeted it out. I watched his match at Backlash 2017. I don't know if you remember this match. It was the Usos versus Breezango. Okay. And it was the match where Tyler Breeze dressed up as a janitor and also an old lady. And Fashion Files was really like the biggest thing on earth at the time. Mm-hmm. So I just want to give this moment to say, a little bit Tyler Breeze appreciation that he can still go anytime.
I think Tyler Breeze is one of the most talented, not only like workers, but physical comedy guys in the company, because there aren't many guys that can make what you just said work. As far as how he dressed up, and he got that match over and that silly concept over.
You've got to watch the match now.
Really?
I'm laughing at it again. You've got to watch the match. It's really funny. Like it's really, especially the Usos, Corpse in, JBL gets in on it as well. I haven't seen it since it aired. I haven't seen it either, but it's hilarious.
That's my thing. Do you rewatch matches of the year? Do you watch your matches of the year? I asked this in our chat earlier this week, and I was like, is that a metric?
So I do. I'm rewatching most of the matches from this year. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing that right now. Actually, I'm actually in the middle of Undisputed Era versus
Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, Mustache Mountain and Pete Dunne. Mm-hmm. British Strong Style. There we go. That's what they call them. So I'm in the middle of that now. Just a couple of minutes ago, I watched another contender that I'll put in there that I will just, keep to myself, because a lot of people will not be anticipating it if I do say it out loud. Okay. So I'm going to keep it to myself, but it's a very, very fire match. And we talked about it already this year, but it's a very, very fire match.
I think that I don't usually do it. I don't usually go back and rewatch. I set it and I sit in that moment, and I can usually just off the top of my head, and I can do this, like off the top of my head, I can just name matches.
Right.
And I usually don't go back and watch a lot of the matches that I consider match of the year, which is kind of insane. I didn't know a lot of people did that.
I get the feeling, I gotta get the chills back again to really kind of determine if this was truly a match of the year. Right. And usually it kind of happens. I mean, usually I don't really say things are matches of the year without actually having to go through those bevy of emotions and watching it. Like, I know I'm probably going to get around to watching Becky and Charlotte again, even though it happened like a month and a half ago.
Right.
And just that turning point of the match where it just kind of goes crazy. I know I'm just going to enjoy that moment. So yeah, plus I love rewatching matches. Like, this Backlash 2017 thing, I just, out of the whim, I was just like, I remember this match. Let me go watch it, and it was hilarious. And
maybe I'm just not like sentimental. Maybe that's just my thing. I mean, I'm weird.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go back and watch I'm gonna watch my top 5 matches of the year, and I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, see if it still has the same sort of feel to it.
Now on this NXT episode, I hear Aleister Black did something cool. Did you think it was as cool as everyone else did?
He cut a promo.
I heard it was creepy or something like that.
It was kind of creepy. Yeah, they had the sort of, the background things going on, the words, and sort of playing into it. It played side to side, especially with the Johnny Gargano promo, which he's still doing promos from the patio. He kicked Aleister Black at, so it's kind of like it is what it is. But they're doing their thing. They promote it. It's going to be a major steel cage match next week on NXT, which should be amazing. Especially considering we know what goes down. Yeah. And it'll be a great cliffhanger for the rest of 2018, I think. I think to go in 2019, we'll all be wondering what happened, especially with the build to NXT Phoenix coming pretty soon.
Right, absolutely. Are you ready to get into TLC? I feel like we're not rushing through this show. We just have a lot of content for you guys next week, and I think that's going to be like the show.
Right.
You agree, right? It was like,
I do agree, because guess what is not the show? TLC. Just specifically in order. And I don't know if you noticed this. These TLC pay-per-view predictions, I numbered them out.
Yeah.
And I put a little emoji at the end of each match.
Yeah, I saw that. And some of them are very interesting in what in what your what emoji you put. And you know what? As we call the matches down, I'm going to tell the people what emoji you put next to this match.
And then I'll probably try to explain it. I don't know, did the AJ Styles Daniel Bryan one come up for you?
Yes, it did.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. It's a question mark on mine. I need to update my,
Wow, you really do. What the? It comes up as the. Well, I'll wait. First match that comes up on this is the mixed match challenge finals, which everyone thought they knew what it was going to be a month ago, and then no, it's not that at all. Jinder Mahal, former WWE champion, and Alicia Fox versus R-Truth and Carmella. The emoji for this is the laughing emoji.
It is funny the way life works out. I really legit think that these are the only. First of all, these are the two teams that lost the most in the mixed match challenge. They just have the worst record, both of them. Mm-hmm. But by virtue of the first 10 weeks of mixed match challenge not mattering, they made it to the finals. So I think, that's interesting in itself. These are also probably the only two teams that have not been subbed out by another partner via injury or storyline or random occurrence or kill. And
that's my problem with this year's mixed match challenge is that why would you do it during your most important period where they're probably traveling the most and storylines are going to start to matter the most. But it was just snake bitten from the beginning. Alexa got injured the first week and she couldn't continue. And then not only that, everyone either got sick or, Roman went down and a lot of people had to do double duty. The AJ thing was going on at that point. This whole, iteration of the mixed match challenge, I just feel as though, like I said last week, was just too damn early. They should have waited.
It was so cursed. At some point, we got Bailey and Apollo Crews in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure Bailey would love to have teamed with Finn Balor. What was up with Finn Balor?
Finn had an undisclosed injury that took him off of the South American tour, I believe. He flew home last weekend. They said that it was just a sickness. It wasn't an actual broken bone. It was some type of sickness. No one disclosed what it was. I've heard that he should be fine and he should be ready to go on Sunday. So we all look forward to seeing Finn on Sunday.
Either way, I think this match will probably be entertaining considering all parties involved.
Where do they put it? Who wins this? Who gets the vacation? I think there's a lot more comedy out of R-Truth and Carmella winning it. I think that they have pretty much been the most entertaining team on this whole field. And I think there's a lot of comedy that could come from that.
I'm going to go with R-Truth and Carmella. These two are they're just way better having the 30th entrant and them trying to do something with Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox, who people have no hope for.
Completely forgot the 30th entrant. 30th entrant.
Oh yeah. That's what they're fighting for. I mean, yes, the vacation is nice as well, but they are fighting for the 30th entrant in their respective Royal Rumble. I don't think they previously anticipated it's going down. But then also, like, mad teams also died on the way to I feel like we got to do an in memoriam to all the teams that didn't make it to the end of mixed match challenge.
You don't want to kill like AJ on the 30th entry because, even though he doesn't have the belt or whatever, you don't want to kill him on the 30th entry and have him get put out. You don't really want to kill Asuka on the 30th entry. You don't really want to kill me. Like, there was a lot of people in this.
Well, you don't want to double book a lot of these people who have way more important things going on
than the mixed match fucking challenge.
Which is way more important things.
Like, as soon as they booked Finn, I was like, yeah, he's out. Like, whether they... Because
like, Asuka's trying to contend for the 30th entrant, but also on this pay-per-view, she has a women's championship match. So it's kind of like... do we want to? Like, so...
This is why they don't book Seth Rollins in these things. Because he, like, usually almost always has a belt.
Yeah.
So, it was really entertaining. Wasn't Kevin Owens in this too? And then he got injured like the first week?
Kevin Owens was in this. He was Natalia's partner.
Oh, my God. Then Natalya got hurt.
Natalya got hurt and she was... Well, actually, no. Natalya just lost. I think she just lost. Okay. At some point, Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss were tag teams. By the end of this, they weren't even a team. That team no longer existed. Sasha Banks got injured early during this and then came back from injury and was not put back in the thing. I think she just faked an injury so she wouldn't have to team with Bobby Lashley.
Insanity. And then Country Strong, Team Country Strong.
Just everything, man.
Everything just weird. It was just a weird tournament.
Yeah, that was it. That was pretty much it. But Facebook.
Get the bag. It's too profound. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric and Cedric. I almost said Cedric the fucking entertainer. That just shows you where my brain is. Cedric Alexander. Shout out to Mark for being one of the only people on earth that picked Cedric Alexander on WWE 2K19. Me and him have Tony Nese Cedric Alexander matches all the time.
I'll have to have Mark on here to explain this.
It is a wild story. Let me tell you, Mark is probably dying laughing right now. This is the WWE Cruiserweight Championship rematch from WWE Super Showdown. The emoji here is a thinking emoji, and I'm gonna take a guess that you don't. You're thinking that you don't know who's gonna win this.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, I'm like, why? We just saw this match 2 months ago. Like, how did he get a rematch?
They've done the redemption angle with him where he had the losing streak and then he earned the title shot in like I think it was a fatal 4-way match or something like that.
How did this happen?
He won.
But they have so many other people.
Well, I think that'll play into the story. Here's one thing about 205 in the same way that, NXT has kind of gone away from simple storylines this year. Remember I always say, like, NXT is going to go for the simplest choice ever.
Oh, yeah, someone wins the Battle Royal, then we spend 4 weeks making them up. Then,
This year they blew it up. But 205, as simple as you can fucking get. So, like, I don't think they try and reinvent the wheel with this show. I think, obviously, Cedric is the strongest contender for this. Also, was this his rematch clause? No, it wasn't, right?
No, because what's his face? My guy from SmackDown, Mustafa Ali. Had a match at Survivor Series last month. So
yeah. I mean, he earned it fair and square. I think in a show that is kind of devoid of a lot of baby faces, Lucha House Party can't. They're kind of playing both shows now, so they can't really do all the work. And Leo hasn't shown up on the show, and like since he lost his, because I mean Cedric also beat Leo, who was undefeated. So I think that's also that also plays into why he's got this match. But it's interesting to play into this story because I would say my prediction right now, I don't think Cedric's going to win this match, and I don't think he should. I think ultimately it should be Mustafa who gets the belt at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean,
and then have Cedric turn heel, but then that gives you the same match again that they had at WrestleMania.
I'll be honest, I'm not even interested in booking 205 crazy like fantasy booking. Because it's so like linear and it's literally like career mode.
Here's one thing before, since you don't fantasy book it, I see some of these guys leaving very soon.
I mean, I would hope so.
I see Mustafa. I'd see
SmackDown
Cedric.
was a good indication of what you can do, right?
Yeah, like I'd see Mustafa going to SmackDown and filling because SmackDown's very heel heavy right now.
Right.
And I'd see, and especially with like Andrade not even being on the show, I think that would give Andrade something to do. And I see Cedric going back to Raw. I just break them up. I think 205 needs a definite shakeup to give a lot of guys room to breathe there. I think people like Tony Nese and stuff like that need a chance to kind of move up and get a chance at the belt more than they usually do. But I see Buddy Murphy winning this. I don't think anybody else is worse.
Yeah, I would see that. I don't really see Cedric Alexander winning. I'm wondering what Cedric Alexander would do on Raw besides being like Bailey and Sasha's platonic friend. Like,
and then the thing is, he runs into Apollo Crews, who's like also him but bigger.
Yeah. Also black guy with tights.
Muscles.
Right.
Black guy and muscles.
So, and he'll join the other black guy with muscles, Titus O'Neil, and there we are. Aren't
there
we
you
back?
Go. This should be a good match though, no doubt. This should be a really good match.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah.
The next match, oh my God. The next match that you have here is Natalya versus Ruby Riott in a tables match. You have the cancel emoji, rather.
I think this is gonna hurt. No, that's not what I have it for. I have that there for because everyone's gonna think I'm wild for saying this.
Oh boy.
I'm hoping there isn't a spot where it's like they try to put someone through the table and the table doesn't break.
Oh, that's what you had to do. That is so obtuse. I would have never thought that.
My brain works in a different way, man.
You should have put a table next to it.
I couldn't find a table emoji.
Okay.
But yeah, the table that's my table not break. But also, what a Monday night.
What a weird promo that they had on Monday night.
You know what? I liked it.
It's just unveiling a table with her dead father on it, or what's the thing called? The little pop-ups. What are they called? The fat heads. The fat head of her father. Like, huh?
I like it. You know why I like it? I like it because I feel like now this is like the most like personal rivalry on the show, because they've been going at it for months, and I really feel like the breaking of the sunglasses and then crying was overboard. Like, it was completely overboard, where it's just like one reaction didn't warrant another, in my opinion. But, whatever. This warranted that reaction that she probably got. And I think Natalya gave a solid promo before Ruby came out. And I think with this, Ruby Riott actually looks like an asshole. So I'm completely fine with it. I'll be honest with you.
I think Ruby's going to win to get her heat back. And I am very concerned with the Riott Squad going into 2019. It's either you shit or get off the pot with these girls.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to try and play them as like these big major heels, they come off very, very low budget and low quality to me. I think you got to give them a belt or something. You gotta this is the time of the tag championships for the women. They should be happening very soon because they're just, to me, like, they're just characters. Yeah. Like the Riott Squad are just red shirts. They're red shirts when Ronda appears or Ember Moon, and for everyone else they just nerf. So I don't get their booking right now, and I think that something needs to happen with them, and I think it's either you break them up or you give them a belt, whether it be the women's belt or the tag belts, and just have Bailey and Sasha go after them. But right now, I'm not as high on them as I was coming into 2018.
Yeah, I agree.
The next match is the Bar versus the New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. A match that I think should have had a stipulation added to it, but you gave this the fire emoji, and I absolutely agree. It's pretty self-explanatory why you gave it that. Yeah. If they get time, because lately they've been getting like 8 minutes on these shows. If you give it time, this could pretty much it could be a match of the show contender.
I think considering we have 12 matches on the show, maybe a couple matches will be, relegated to kickoff. I hope they get time. But considering the stackness on this card, it doesn't really look likely. But I do think this match, they could, with their eyes closed, probably just have a really great match.
Absolutely.
It's not even. I'm not even giving this a second thought. Like all these guys are amazing competitors. They're the best tag team WWE has to offer by far. The Usos, to me, king of the near falls, where they're just like
They work those near falls.
Yeah, they really, really do. And Cesaro's a beast. Sheamus is a beast. New Day are incredibly athletic and have great potential in this match. I think it just works if they give them enough time.
Who do you think wins? Who comes out on top here?
I just keep it on the bar.
I'm having a hard time. Yeah, I think you keep it on the bar.
Yeah, I think you keep it on the bar. The Usos look great going into this match, by the way. The Usos look fantastic, especially after that rap battle where they proved they're the best rappers in WWE. Easily.
Did you see those pictures that the WWE social team put up with the album covers, the redone album covers?
I did. Fantastic.
With, the New Day as the Fugees, the Score, the Bar as New Dr. Dre's the Chronic, and the Usos as Public Enemy.
I thought that was amazing. Listen, bending the worlds of rap, that's wrestle rap and
yeah, pretty much
in all of its form. So yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
It shows that they get it. Somebody there gets it, and I think that was such a great social play. And I commend whoever came up with that idea for that idea, because it makes us feel seen. To take a Twitter term, I felt seen when I saw that, and I thought it was great.
Thank you. Yes.
I think you keep it on the bar. Don't know who comes up with this next. New Day and Usos to me is stale at the top. You got to move them down. If it's got to be Sanity, let it be Sanity.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be somebody. It's getting really tired at the top. I haven't seen Sanity on that show in 2 months.
Right.
So it's kind of spooky for the tag division on SmackDown. Next match. The next match is Elias versus Bobby Lashley. And this is a ladder match?
It's a ladder match.
Oh God.
And the guitar will be suspended above the ring, and the first person who uses it can, use it as a weapon.
You put a toilet emoji.
There's nothing in this world that will stop me from not watching this match. I mean, ladder matches are great.
Always.
I don't know about this, bro. This ain't it.
To be fair, as a babyface, Elias has had some pretty all right matches. Better than his heel run, which was insufferable. I think Leo will make this work. I think Leo's going to do some really cool shit in this match and bump around for Bobby and for Elias. I'm sorry. But I have no interest. I do think
Elias would have to push Leo off of the ladder, and he would have to fly a number of feet for me to be like, you know what, they did that. That's what they did.
I think Elias is going to win. He just been getting his ass whipped every single week.
But Bobby Lashley doesn't have a significant win to his name.
Would Elias be it? No, he beat Roman Reigns, bro, last summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he beat Roman. That was in the time they were really trying to build him as a Brock contender, and then they never went through with it.
Yeah. My man looks even it looked like they went to his character and gave him create a wrestler entrance. It was let's give him a vest and sunglasses. That'll work.
Look like a Black Stone Cold that's part of the Black Panther Party.
I bet he picked it out himself.
I like that, my man.
You look sharp.
I mean, for these two guys on Raw, where do they go after this? I mean, I don't think this match really matters.
The Royal Rumble, I guess.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I guess you could say the same for this next match. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. We've seen this twice over, 2 or 3 times, I think, on TV. This time, you put a demon emoji by this. Why'd you do that, Meelz?
Listen, the demon has to show up here, or else I will not give a shit about this match. I wouldn't say that. I do think they probably work well together, and I don't think they've had the long competitive match. But to me, the super stat card, just bring out the demon.
Squash him like you did Baron.
Nah, I mean, Baron's a goof, so Baron can get squashed. Drew McIntyre, you let him get some meaningful offense in, but the demon does demon things, and then he overcomes. That's how I'd run this.
I don't think it's time for the demon yet. I'll say that much. I don't think Finn's winning this. I think he's going to put up a valiant effort. I think it's going to be a solid match. I don't think he's winning this. I
thought they gave Ziggler that pinfall win just so they wouldn't have to, like, I don't know. I just felt like maybe
there'd be no stigma, but there'd be no stigma behind him losing later.
Yeah.
Okay. I get you.
So I don't know. I'm going to go with Finn Balor in this match.
I'll go with Drew McIntyre. I think you save that there and have the Demon show up at the Royal Rumble this year.
If the Demon shows up at the Royal Rumble, the Demon has to win the Royal Rumble, though. So I'm sorry, that's just how the Demon works. I haven't seen the Demon defeated. Have you? Nope.
No, I haven't.
So
I think it wouldn't be. You wouldn't be like, oh shit, if like the number 16th entry was the Demon.
I would be like, oh,
and everyone in
his brain,
and everyone in the ring is like, oh shit, we about to lose.
right, exactly. Something like that.
Didn't Samoa Joe beat the Demon before?
Did he?
I think he did. I think he beat the Demon and sent Finn on his way out.
Maybe.
Didn't he beat the Demon? I don't remember. I might be misremembering. I go with Drew. If the Demon shows up, I'm gonna call. But the thing is, if the Demon shows up, they love Drew so much. I got them having Drew beat the Demon. I'd still say Drew McIntyre is gonna win if the Demon shows up. Just the way he's been booked.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if I was Finn and they was like, okay, the Demon's gonna lose to Drew McIntyre, I will fucking scrap with somebody in the back for that, because I'm like, this is my only thing.
You hired my paint guy for what? You made me fly him out there on my dime.
Exactly.
You guys don't pay for this. I do. Like,
it's like, bro, like you have me lose. This is my only thing on this fucking show.
Like, why are we bringing the Demon? I've literally done the Demon once in the last 2 years.
Jesus Christ.
It's almost been
no.
It's been like a year and change. It's been like a year and change.
It's been like 3 months.
No. Once in like a year and once out of like the past. It's only been once this year. He hasn't done it since like TLC last year.
Yeah, it was TLC.
So, which was that when it was an October pay-per-view or something like that.
Yeah, and it was an accident match that wasn't even supposed to be AJ Styles.
It was supposed to be Sister Abigail versus, the Demon, and we were deprived of that. And now, listen, shout out to Bray Wyatt.
Shout out to wherever the fuck he is. Oh, man.
Shout out to Bray Wyatt. His wife is dropping all the tea. His ex-wife, at least. Listen.
Buying ponies. Buy your side chick a pony, man.
You changed the game.
Next match, these emojis get more hilarious as they go on. You have Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. This is a long fucking show. And a chairs match. You have a mailbox emoji. What's up with that?
They're mailing it in, man.
How have you felt about, in a bigger sense, how have you felt about
indifferent?
I was gonna ask you how you felt about Rey Mysterio's return, and it's been kind of like he doesn't even show up on TV. Like,
it's been indifferent. Everyone wants him for this one program with Cien Almas, and we're here sitting through this Randy Orton thing, and Randy Orton doesn't even have a good reason to hate Rey Mysterio
other than his mask.
Yeah, you've known him for years. What are we doing? Like.
Okay, quick prediction on this one because I don't give a shit. Rey Mysterio is gonna win. Rey
Mysterio.
Yeah, he's got to look strong going into the Rumble so that we can give him a proper chance going into it.
Yeah.
Next match is Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. You have an ear emoji with a gun emoji next to it. I don't know if this is supposed to be you shooting yourself in the head or
just my ears. Okay. Because between all of the promos for this entire thing, I've wanted to cut my ears off or at least shoot myself in the ears because everything has been completely terrible regarding the verbal. And I think we're just waiting for the match, but I really have Ronda's good.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda's going to give us a good match.
I don't care about this program. I'm going to keep it on.
I don't care about the program. Just give me the match. Like, are we doing this all over again? And there's no stipulation to it, which makes no sense.
If it ain't Charlotte or Becky, I don't really want to see it right now, unless Sasha Banks steps up for Royal Rumble next month. Actually, I actually don't even feel like who the fuck would she go against at the Royal Rumble? I'm not sure.
I don't think she would defend the title at the Royal Rumble. I'm being honest with you.
Oh, they can't do it like they did last year, where they didn't have Charlotte defend.
I mean, the attraction is the Royal Rumble. There's 2 Royal Rumbles on the same one show now.
Oh, you're right. Ronda Rousey wins.
Yeah, Ronda.
Well, is there a situation where Nia wins to get?
So I was thinking that too, right? I was thinking that. I remember I was going through his card. I'm like, I should ask him if there's a situation where Nia wins, and then it's also like, no,
absolutely not. I think if you have Ronda hold it to Mania and have her drop it there, I'm fine with that. I just don't think there's a situation where Nia could realistically carry that.
You shoot Ronda in the foot, especially if you put Ronda in the Royal Rumble, then it becomes way too obvious. It becomes a thing where now she's either getting in the way of, somebody else who they want to win, like an Asuka or a Charlotte or a Becky or something like that, or a Sasha, and you kind of you ruin a lot of what you're trying to build by making Ronda Rousey completely hated. Then it becomes a Roman Reigns situation where everyone's booing Ronda, and she just kind of has to deal with it. So just let Ronda win. Just come on.
Where does Nia go after this?
Home.
She just doesn't. To me, she just doesn't care about anything that she does, yo.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't seem like she's really that into it. That's all I can say. It doesn't seem like she's super into this program, which I don't blame her. It's not really that,
It's whatever. Quick hit here: Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin in the TLC match. I guess you have eye rolling emojis.
Because why? Why?
This ain't gonna main event. I'm gonna keep it 100. This is not main eventing this show. This is probably gonna be the first. This honestly, to keep it 100 with you, this should be the first match.
Yeah.
If Braun's gonna show up and he is legit injured, he should show up and just finish Baron immediately. Because I mean, what is he climbing? What exactly is he climbing the ladder in the TLC match for? Is it a pin match? We have to be pinned.
I don't even know, man.
Exactly. This is most TLCs for the most part, they have something on the line at the top of the ring, and on this one it doesn't.
This ain't it. But yeah. I mean, if Braun comes back and he demolishes Baron Corbin, I'm for it. But
my thing is this: what the fuck are they doing with Braun? Shit or get off the pot with this guy.
Yeah,
it's been 2 years at this point. I feel like if they ain't done it yet, they're never gonna do it. And the thing is, I'm not even a big proponent of him having the belt, but he's the only guy other than Seth Rollins that should have it.
And everyone just wants Seth anyway. So
yeah, exactly. I'm done with the Braun stuff. I think he's a great attraction. I just don't think he would be a crazy champion at this point. I have Braun Strowman winning in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
This would be another pay-per-view this year where Baron Corbin gets the hell squashed out of him. But I'm for it. I mean, I ain't against it.
Next match, you have a eye raise, the rock emoji with the eyebrow raised. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. I don't want the Daniel Bryan ship to end yet. I don't think it should end for a long time. Daniel Bryan's got to win this match.
So my eye raise is for I don't think this match has a finish.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think this match has a finish.
I absolutely agree with you. And the thing is, in predicting this and on my own time, I was like, you know what? It's an AJ Styles program. It's got to go 4 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's
all of his programs are so fucking long. I
go through the same thing where they literally go through every match result possible.
Yeah, and every type of so you think we're gonna get a low blow finish here?
Yeah, something crazy, something stupid. Foot on the rope, low blow.
If they do it here, they better go all out in Phoenix. Because my thing is, I want AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble. He hasn't done the Royal Rumble since the year he debuted. Haven't been in the Final Four. Haven't been in the Final Four.
Yeah.
And I mean, in order to have that, we need a definitive win here. I do think this will be a fuck finish, and I think Daniel Bryan will retain. And leading to, I pray this match is on SmackDown on the first SmackDown in the new year. I pray that it is, just so that AJ can move on. I think AJ has a bigger plan. Like, he should be facing a part timer at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, AJ should be facing part timers now. He's done it. He's done everything that he needs to do, other than like win the Intercontinental title or some shit. Like, he's good. Next match. Speaking of Intercontinental title, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. You have the eggplant emoji here.
Rock hard.
There we go. You didn't not even the Easter Island statue. You just straight up did the purple pickle.
Unless they decide to do something crazy where they have something for storyline purposes, this match should be good. I mean, I think they haven't had a bad match. They have managed to form probably the greatest tandem of chemistry that I've seen in WWE over the last 6 years. Like, when they have matches against each other, from the first match they've had against through the last match that they had against each other and everything in between, these guys have managed to bring it every time. I don't even think we've seen like Dean Ambrose go full Dean Ambrose since he's returned. Because everything's kind of been like Shield, and then like it's Drew McIntyre here and there. But I think this is the time where everyone pulls out all the good stuff they've been, keeping in the tank, and it's for the Intercontinental Championship. I would honestly say let's get it on Dean, in a very nefarious fashion.
Yep.
And let's go through the rest of the year of rematches that we're probably going to get anyway. So
yeah, I'd have Seth honestly do that rematch in a cage match at Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah.
And then have him leave it alone, and then have Dean move on to Apollo Crews or somebody.
No, okay. All right.
Finn Balor.
Come
Finn
on.
Balor. There you go. Finn Balor. I'm cool with that. I think Finn and Dean would be a great thing to go to after this is done. I think Seth Rollins has held that fucking IC title for a large part of 2018. You've done it well. Let's move you on up to the main event again. I think it's gonna be a great match. I think Dean Ambrose is gonna win. And I'm perfectly okay with it. I don't want the Dean Ambrose train to end either. So they need to big him up and put him on a higher pedestal as well.
I agree.
And this is something you think is gonna main event. And I think it's going to main event too. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, the first women's TLC match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. You got 5 stars for this on the emoji scale. You think this match is going to be a classic?
I think it will be.
Are we going to have to rewrite our match of the year ballots after Sunday?
We might have to, because honestly, I feel like this is a combination of, to me, the 3 best female workers in the WWE right now.
Right.
They're hitting on all cylinders when it comes to connection with the crowd, when it comes to everything like that. It's just like, they're hitting at their peak, at their stride at the same time. This TLC match, it could become a little wonky, but it really is more so like a match of attrition when you're looking at Becky Lynch and you have Charlotte Flair and you have Asuka.
Becky's first match back, by the way, since like November.
Since the concussion.
Yeah.
Is a TLC match.
Wild.
Very wild.
That's some Kurt Angle 1999 shit.
This is very true. I think it's going to be a great match. I think Charlotte Flair and Asuka had a fantastic match on SmackDown last week.
Really, really love this match that they had on SmackDown. I said this. I think there is no better foil for Charlotte than Asuka. They beat the shit out of each other every time they meet. I think before we get to let's go to the finish now, because I think it leads into what I think the fantasy booking will be for the rest of the year.
Right.
I'm gonna go out and say you have Asuka win here. I know a lot of people are saying save it for Mania so she can get her win back. I think
it's a good idea.
You have her win it here. You have because I don't think Charlotte Asuka ends here. I think that continues. I think Becky loses here, which is fine. I think everyone will be fine with.
Right.
Because we know what's coming.
Yes.
I think Becky loses here. You put her in the Royal Rumble. You have her play Stone Cold. Put a fucking bounty on her head. You know what I'm saying? Redo that storyline.
You have Charlotte also on the Royal Rumble. And
Yeah.
you look at Charlotte in the Royal Rumble. You look at Ric Flair. You look at the Flairs in the Royal Rumble, how long they've lasted, how long if everything is gone. You tell that story. It leads down to Becky and Charlotte, final two women. We duke it out, and one of them wins.
Yeah, and I think between that you have Asuka maybe face Iconics or somebody in the interim that she could just go or just kind of whatever. She could just be looking,
just chill, just relax. Yeah, you Asuka. No one's ready.
I think the larger story here is that Charlotte works her way back up, and I think there's probably a tertiary feud there for Asuka as well to kind of build her back up. And make her dominant again. And I think that's what they're doing. They made Asuka hot in 2 weeks, which is something that I think, a lot of people should really commend the writers for in the same way that they did Becky.
I think it's because the people also do want Asuka. Like the people legit want Asuka. I mean, with the SmackDown thing, there's only 2 hours. There's a large amount of women. There's an amount of time people have. Not everyone is able to get hot at the same time. But the people have been clamoring for Asuka.
SmackDown got 3 hot women.
Yeah.
3. Can you name 3 hot women on Raw? There's only 1.
Bruh.
Let's just be clear. The women's roster of 2018 has outshined the men's in every way, shape, and form this year.
I can say, yes, I agree with that.
It's been shaky. I'm not going to say it hasn't been shaky. It's been shaky. But I think as far as just the last, since August, knocked it out the park every single time. From Evolution on, it's been the most compelling storylines that you've seen.
100%. I mean, yeah.
I think the match is either the SmackDown Women's match at WrestleMania is either a triple threat match, or you run Asuka Charlotte again and have Asuka get her win back.
I think one of those. It's either way. I think the women going into WrestleMania, unless they royally screw this up.
Yeah.
It would just go well.
Because, I mean, you could still have Charlotte lose and then come out to help Becky in the Horsewomen at the end. Yeah. That's still possible. That's still something that can happen. I'm not too big on the Horsewomen, especially the final 2 or final 3 of them coming out of NXT in the next 6 months. I just don't think that's something that's plausible right now. I think you do the Horsewomen match at SummerSlam in Toronto.
That would be nice as well.
I think that's more realistic. I think if we're looking at 2019 booking, but I do think. Are you saying Asuka wins this too? Wins this TLC?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. A lot of people didn't agree when I said this when she won the Battle Royal. The way that it's looking now, it's looking clearer and clearer to me that they kind of want Charlotte and Becky in the Royal Rumble, and I think that's a great story. That's an excellent story to tell because they're essentially fighting to have the whole thing be to fight Ronda.
Right.
That's the storyline. They wanted, if they can't get the SmackDown one, they're going to get the Raw one. Becky wins, she goes to Raw, where she should be anyway. She's the biggest star in the company. And then have Charlotte, Asuka duke it out, which is still a great fucking rivalry as well. Because I mean, you never followed up on that after Mania. You follow up on it now. Asuka's year-long redemption is a great fucking storyline. I love that story. So I think this match is going to be great. That is TLC. Meelz, anything else you want to touch on with TLC or this week in wrestling?
Nah, man. I think we got it all. TLC is going to be an interesting pay-per-view in terms of how they cap off 2018.
Very interesting.
And I'm just looking forward to doing all these discussions about how we kind of wrap up the year 2018 in a nutshell. And how does it sort of rank or how does it feel compared to like a lot of years?
Absolutely. Next week, how do you want to split this up? I believe our first episode, or first part of the year-end series will be with special guests. And me and Meelz will give our picks for. Did we agree on matches of the year or wrestler of the year for me and you? I think we said wrestler of the year.
I think we might say go wrestler.
Let's go wrestler. Me and Meelz will give our wrestlers of the year, female and male. Together on the show, and we'll quickly run over TLC, and then we'll have special guests talk about their favorite moments or things from our spreadsheet rather, and then we can talk about those moments from the show. and then it's going to be a very, very lengthy show. We've attuned you guys. We've tuned you guys to get ready for lengthy A shows. This is probably going to be a lengthy show next week. But once again, thanks for rocking with us in everything that we do. The year-end show is coming. It's going to be huge. We love doing these huge action-packed shows. It's going to be great. And as always, check us out on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere. Our brain is literally fried from the amount of content that we've done this week. You can check us out at RNC Radio Live. We actually have an Instagram too now, at RNC Radio. You can follow us on Instagram. We're just starting to build that up. We also have our year-end playlists that are available on Apple Music and Spotify as well. Definitely knock those, bang those for the whole holiday season. The next time we come back to you, we will be coming to you for the year-end show. Once again, we can't tell you much. That's why, we're kind of like keeping it all in the wraps. But hey, until next time, enjoy TLC, enjoy Final Battle. We'll be back next week with a full rundown of both shows and our picks for our best things of the year. For Meelz, I am Justin. See you guys next week.
Happy Rusev Day.